Oh. Yeah!
Hello and welcome to this DEF CON 2 Warno tournament 2v2 game between Icarus, formerly known as EmperorNate, and SaintBlindFire. Not sure what he was formerly known as. And they're playing as team. He hasn't written his team name, he's just written his name. I guess we'll never know. And they're up against Gneckes and Growhold. And once again, Icarus has not written the team name, he's just written their name. So I don't know what their team names are. I guess it doesn't matter. And we're on Hesse. So, NATO versus NATO, as you'd expect. And Icarus and SaintBlindFire have a way better divisions. Way better divisions than... It's weird. Oh, I guess they picked first, so it makes sense. Way better divisions than Gneckes and Growhold. Because 5th Panzer is very strong. Probably equivalent to 3rd Armoured, but the fact of the matter is 82nd Airborne is really good on this map, whereas 24th, not so much. To be honest, maybe it's not that different. Maybe it's not that different, because American divs are all quite strong now. But I think 82nd is going to have a big advantage on points, and then I think they can just sit there for the rest of the game. Anyways, in terms of deployments, we got a SaintBlindFire here, just spamming out Airborne all up in this. And yeah, 24th's really going to struggle to deal with that. And he's got Airborne there, starts off with forward deployed CV. Once again, we see an 82nd player who is very selfish and has not given his teammate a forward deployed CV to get those points really fast. And he's only taken it to uniform, so hopefully he'll remember to take it to India as well. And just a Humvee to defend here, so look back and shoot down the road. On the right, we got Icarus. We've got EmperorNate here playing, so we got SaintBlindFire. Oh, we just call him Icarus from now on. I mean, it's been like a year or two since he changed his name. So, I'm going to keep calling him EmperorNate. SaintBlindFire there. SaintBlindFire over there. Jäger over here. And then the classic 5th Panzer blob. So, okay, 2 Leopard 2A4s, 2 Roland 3s, a Leopard 2A3 command tank, and a Jaeger, and then a Milan 2. So he's just going to blob towards his enemy, apparently. See how that goes for him. We have 1 A10 and 1 Wild Weasel, and that's all bye-bye, but we'll see. Wild Weasel is a bit fickle. Switching to their opponent's deployment, we got 3rd Armoured on the left here, and he's got his own blob, consisting of significantly fewer tanks, actually. These things, these 40 pointers, they're really good in 1v1, but in team games, not so much. I prefer the Recon Bradley in team games, because it just does so much more, whereas these are good for like covering a whole map. Whereas a Recon Bradley is good because you've only got lanes, you don't need to cover a whole map. You only need 2 Recon Bradleys instead of 4 of these. And it's got tow 2, whereas this has got tow 1, which is pretty poor accuracy. And it doesn't have smoke and all this, so it is a lot weaker, but it's also literally 1/3 the price. So yeah, Abrams Death Blob going to go. Aircraft Troopers trying to get over there, we'll see what happens. Aircraft Troopers very, very conservative. Probably should have gone for that one, maybe. And yeah, so over on the right, we got the slowest CV known to man, I suppose. So Attract CV, which also has infantry in it. So Blue's going to get a serious point lead at the start, basically, because of this zippy Humvee going around everywhere. Then just a bunch of 50 cals, Engineer Dragon, Military Police, tows, fire teams with Bradleys, and a Meep Abrams. And a sniper going over there. We'll see what happens when he runs into all these people. And we'll see what happens with that double lav. So we'll cast the game and we'll do it from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time to thank the generous channel joiners. They get the names on the screen, they're bankrolling the channels, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos, and basically they make it so I don't have to rely on ad revenue, which is exceptionally poor. And it means that I can do things like try to cast loads of DEF CON 2 games. I don't have to worry about the algorithm. Like, I know these videos will be less popular, but I know that there'll be some people who will watch every single one of them. And I'd like people to join me on that journey as I try to do every one of them. We'll see. I probably won't be able to do all of them because there's like 48 qualifier games, right? So yeah, it's just not easy. And I know that it's tanking my algorithm because 48 games in 2 weeks means that you got to upload a lot of videos a day. But I don't have to worry because I'm being carried by my the security tag there. Air cav troopers are security, which means that they get 1 level up a recon when they're in there. That's interesting. So when these guys start shooting, you would hope the Black Hawk would help, and you would hope this would come over and help with its machine gun. Because the SaintBlindFire are shock and recon, whereas these aren't even shock. So basically he's running up to him, which makes this guy stronger. When he gets closer to you, you get a damage boost if you're shock. So that's not very intelligent. But hey. So Icarus is SaintBlindFire, up on a +4. The Meep's going to run into the labs now. But the Toe 2 is actually in the church, because religious people see further than atheists. Oh, it's actually going for these Bradleys. So, yeah, this is really slow, which means the enemy's just got loads of points on the board already. So I really disagree with this CV purchase. I think he should have got 2 wheeled CVs to counteract the fact that the enemy's got 1 forward deployed wheeled CV, and then you're not forced to push for the rest of the game. Over here, the blob's moving forwards, and the Bradleys are dying. The airborne's managed to get in, basically, because these guys have deployed so far back. They've deployed really far back, and these Toe 2s are in really good spots, which means that this man is going to have a really bad day in a second. He neglects to smoke. One of them misses. But yeah, so you get the Bradley to there to stop people crossing the road, but he was a bit slow on that. And also you got this problem where the Toe's going to keep shooting him, so it is rough. That was a near miss. Otherwise it would one-shot it, and as expected, the SaintBlindFire won that fight. Although it does end up going down because of the Black Hawk keeping that vision there, allowing the Abrams to do stuff. And the Bradleys, you know, they only work at range, right? Otherwise these guys can just poke them to death. You know, Growhold needs to get these tanks over here. With this Bradley back here, maybe. To be honest, it's kind of hard to use the Bradley without the tank blowing it up. There's not many places where the range helps. I guess here would be good. Over here, SaintBlindFire has just got in here. Something 24th does have going for it are these military police squads, because they're 10 men, but they are 50 points. But they've also got the military police tag, which means that they take less suppression. But yeah, this is just like this guy isn't in a building, which is bad. And so that's just a zone taken by blue. Over here, got some tank posture in here. The M1A1 is a lot better than the Leopards. Well, actually, for the price, the 2A4 is much better. But you get less 2A4s, so in general, the M1A1s are better than the 2A3s. But the 2A4s are better. To be honest, this is really cheap for what it is. Like, what? What's going on there? This just has more pen and more speed. I guess it's got less side armor. And it doesn't have a 50 cal. So, I mean... So, I actually think the M1A1 is too cheap for its price. So this thing definitely is. Like, what's going on there? And so, yeah, so you know, this is just kind of an outplay game. Somebody was saying, why don't you cast closer games? Well, I want to cast every game I can. So I'm just going through them in order, and that means some games are going to be less cool than others. So this is, I'm just going to check the time here. Yeah, this game is, I don't really want to waste your time. This game is very, very over. So put it on a cheeky ×3 here. And, like, they've taken the zone. The M1s, you know, they're trading pretty efficiently against the Leopards. The Apache's probably going to die to the Rolands, of which there are 3. Instead of a 3rd Roland, I'd buy some Fliegerfaust, but that's just me. And, yeah, the Leopards, you know, they're back in the zone. But it's still +4 because Blue's just in here. And Red, you know, he's not been spending his points. And he's bought artillery when he's behind, which you don't really want to be doing. Sneed out to try and look at the Rolands, but the micro's there from EmperorNate there, and so he's just going to leave them switched on. And eventually he's going to switch them on when this thing has its back turned, at which point they will kill him. But he's just content to just, like, he's got Milans in here now, and there's no recon here for Red. And he's got the zone again, so now it's +6. Oh, here we go. So these guys are running in, but they're running into airborne, and it's just not going to work, basically. Surprise, blue hasn't bought an LGBT. Lav's doing work there. That one's... Wow. Okay. +8 now for blue. So, pretty convincing win from EmperorNate. And I think when we check... There's the LGBT. I think when we check the games played, I think we're going to see why. So yeah, GG. Short one. What do you think about me speeding up the videos? Do you want me to just sit there and do it at one times, or would you rather that when it's quite clear? Because these are the qualifiers, so it's going to be like this sometimes. And please do leave a comment. It helps with the engagement of the videos. So SaintBlindFire here. Oh yeah, I remember now. So these guys, you can... So he's not played any ranked games this season, but you can reset this. And I know that these guys constantly reset this. So he's got a lot more than 500 games. Now this just comes up with me because he's the guy that uploaded the replay. Gneckes, 142 games, and Growhold, 93 games. So what's your excuse? Why aren't you in the tournament? I mean, they're up against somebody who, even after resetting, has more games than both of them put together. But they're trying, they're playing, they're having fun. They got the Dr. Livesey avatar, they're learning things. They're on YouTube. They're on YouTube, they're famous, they're on YouTube. Didn't see that HA die. But yeah, please do leave a comment and please let me know what you think.